Have you ever found yourself pausing halfway up the stairs, just to catch your breath? Maybe it's not even the stairs. Maybe it's bending down to tie your shoes, standing up from the sofa, or simply walking across the room. And there's that quiet little thought in the back of your mind. Am I getting weaker? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not just aging, not entirely. In fact, one of the earliest signs our body gives us when it's low on vital nutrients is weakening legs. They're not failing you. They're simply asking for help. But the kind of help they need might surprise you. See, a lot of people think they need to start lifting weights, or taking expensive supplements, or buying some high-end piece of equipment. But the truth, the real support your legs are craving, might already be in your kitchen. Yes, I'm talking about drinks. Simple, everyday drinks. I know, it sounds too easy. But stay with me. These aren't trendy superfoods or overpriced powders. They're natural, nourishing, time-tested remedies that hydrate your muscles, ease stiffness, and help you feel more steady and strong on your feet. And today, I want to share 3 of the best ones with you. One of them you probably already have in your fridge. Another has roots in ancient traditions. And the last one, almost no one talks about it, but it can be a game changer. So before we go any further, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop a little hello in the comments. I always enjoy hearing from our community. And if you're someone who cares deeply about staying independent, strong, and full of energy as you age, this space is for you. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, because we've got more coming. More tips, more tools, more stories to keep you healthy and thriving. Now, if you've ever woken up with a leg cramp in the middle of the night, or felt that sinking feeling when standing up just doesn't feel as easy anymore, get comfy. Maybe grab a warm drink. Because in just a moment, we're re-diving into the first of 3 powerful drinks that can help restore strength to your legs from the inside out. Most people believe getting weaker is just part of growing older. They tell themselves, "Of course my legs hurt. I'm not young anymore." Or, "This is just what aging feels like." But what if I told you that's not entirely true? Yes, aging brings changes. But weakness, muscle loss, and joint pain, they're not a guaranteed part of the process. In fact, many of the struggles we blame on age are actually caused by something much simpler and far more preventable. Let's pause and really think about that. Your legs carry you every day. They help you get out of bed, cook meals, meet friends, and even play with your grandkids. But they're not just muscles and bones, they're living tissues, hungry for the right kind of support. So when you suddenly start to feel unsteady, or sore, or slower than usual, it might not be age knocking at the door. It might be a lack of fuel. You see, every part of your body runs on nutrients. Not just vitamins from a pill bottle, but real, everyday nourishment, like hydration, minerals, and anti-inflammatory compounds. And when those run low, your body sends out signals: pain, cramps, fatigue, stiffness. They're not just symptoms of getting old, they're messages. And your legs are often the first ones to speak up. Think about it. The legs are the furthest part from your heart. That means if your circulation slows down, or if you're not absorbing enough of the nutrients that support muscle and joint health, your legs are the first to suffer. And here's something most people never learn until it's too late. By the time your legs feel weak, the problem has already been around for a while. The good news? There's still time. A lot of time. Because the body, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, can rebuild, restore, and regain strength when it's given what it truly needs. And that's where these simple drinks come in. They're not just beverages, they're tools. Gentle, natural ways to deliver anti-inflammatory power, key minerals like potassium and magnesium, and the building blocks your legs need to stay strong and flexible. And unlike harsh medications or complex routines, these solutions are easy to make, easy to enjoy, and most importantly, easy to stick with. So the next time someone says, "That's just part of getting old," I hope you remember this. Age might be a number, but weakness, that's often a choice. And today, you're choosing strength. In the next part, I'll tell you about a man named Richard. At 71, He thought his walking days were behind him, until one small change, just a few sips a day, started to turn everything around. Richard Thompson never thought he'd be afraid of his own legs. At 71, he had lived a full life, retired after nearly 4 decades as a high school history teacher, father of 3, proud grandfather of 6. He wasn't an athlete, but he'd always been active. Loved gardening, long walks in the park, even dancing with his wife on Sunday mornings to old jazz records. But something started to change. It was subtle at first, he told me. I'd lose my balance bending over to water the plants, or I'd have to hold the handrail going up the stairs. One day, I nearly tripped just trying to get out of the car. At first, he brushed it off. "I'm just tired," he'd say. Probably didn't sleep well. But deep down, he knew it wasn't just fatigue. Then came the night he woke up with a stabbing cramp in his left calf. It was so sharp it brought tears to his eyes. His wife, Ellen, sat up beside him, alarmed. "Rich, are you okay?" He wasn't. For the first time in his life, he felt truly afraid of losing his independence. After that night, things got worse. His knees ached after short walks. His legs felt heavy by midday. He began avoiding outings, missed his neighbor's birthday, skipped his weekly coffee meetup, even started sleeping on the ground floor to avoid the stairs. "It wasn't just my body breaking down," he said. "I felt like I was disappearing." But sometimes, help shows up in unexpected ways. One afternoon, his daughter brought over a few homemade groceries, including a mason jar of golden liquid. "Turmeric milk, Dad," she said. "Try it before bed. It helps with inflammation." He smiled politely. "Thanks, sweetheart," he said, thinking, just another health trend. But that night, with nothing to lose, he warmed up the milk, added a little honey, and sipped it slowly in the quiet of his kitchen. It felt comforting, familiar even. He slept better. The next night, he did it again, then again. And after a few days, Ellen noticed something. "You're not limping as much," she said. Encouraged, Richard leaned in. He started reading. Learned about how turmeric can help joints, how bone broth supports tissue repair, and how potassium and magnesium affect muscle function. He added a banana-almond smoothie to his mornings, sipped homemade bone broth in the afternoons. And then, slowly, something remarkable happened. The cramps stopped waking him up. The stairs felt less like Everest. One morning he stood at the sink, brushing his teeth, and realized he hadn't needed to hold the counter for balance. After 6 weeks, he went back to the park. Just a short walk, he told himself. But as he moved, steady, sure-footed, almost surprised by his own strength, he found himself smiling. And then he did something he hadn't done in months. He danced. Right there, in the middle of the park, Ellen laughing beside him as he spun her around on the grass. "I thought I was just getting old," he said. "But really, I was just missing what my body needed." Now Richard makes his drinks like clockwork. Turmeric milk at night, bone broth at lunch, banana-almond smoothie in the morning. And once a week, he teaches a movement and memory class at the community center for seniors who, like him, want to take their life back. "If you're listening," he says, "don't wait for things to get worse. Your legs aren't giving up on you. They're just waiting for you to give them a reason to stay strong. Been skipping water in the morning. You might think it is no big deal to wait until later in the day to drink water. But starting your morning dehydrated is like asking your legs to run on empty. When you wake up, your muscles have gone hours without hydration. Your blood is thicker, circulation slower, and joints stiffer. That first glass of water. It's not just refreshing, it's essential." Richard used to skip water in the morning, heading straight for coffee. After switching it up, drinking a full glass of water first, he noticed fewer cramps and more energy by noon. Ignoring mineral-rich drinks, many older adults drink plain water, but forget that muscles need more than just H2O. They need minerals, especially potassium and magnesium, to function properly. Without them, you may feel weak, wobbly, or get cramps at night. A friend of Richard's, Maria, age 69, suffered from severe leg cramps. She started adding a banana-almond smoothie to her breakfast. Within a week, the cramps eased. Too much coffee, not enough balance. Coffee in the morning is a ritual for many, but caffeine is a diuretic. It makes you lose water. And when that happens, so go your minerals. 1 cup is fine, but if you're drinking several cups without replenishing electrolytes, your muscles will feel the consequences. James, 65, had 3 cups of coffee daily. Once he cut back and added bone broth to his day, he said, "I stopped feeling like my legs were made of bricks." Relying on sugary drinks for energy, soft drinks, sweetened juices, energy drinks, they give a quick burst of sugar, then leave your muscles in worse shape. These drinks spike blood sugar, increase inflammation, and may even contribute to muscle breakdown over time. Ellen, 72, swapped her afternoon soda for homemade turmeric milk. She said her knees felt less angry within a few days. Believing you don't need protein. After 60. As we age, we naturally lose muscle, but many older adults cut back on protein, thinking it's only for bodybuilders. Protein is fuel for repair. Without it, your body can't rebuild what it loses daily. Richard added collagen-rich bone broth between meals. Over time, he felt steadier and had fewer aches after gardening. Buying store-bought broth without reading labels. That healthy broth from the store. It could be packed with sodium and preservatives. Too much sodium affects blood pressure and can even reduce circulation to your limbs. Margaret, 75, thought she was doing everything right, until she read the label on her broth. After switching to homemade, she felt less bloated and more mobile. Assuming smoothies are just for the young many, seniors skip smoothies, thinking they're only for fitness lovers or young folks. But the right smoothie, like banana with almond milk, delivers essential minerals, fiber, and healthy fats in one easy, delicious glass. Richard jokes, "It's the only smoothie I drink that feels like a tune-up for my legs." Not pairing potassium with magnesium. Eating a banana is great, but pairing it with magnesium-rich foods, like almonds, makes the benefits much more powerful. These 2 minerals work together to reduce cramps and support smooth muscle movement. Fatima, 66, said, "I used to eat bananas alone, but once I added almond butter, I stopped waking up with Charlie horses." Believing joint pain is just inevitable. Pain is a message, not a punishment. It's your body saying, "I need help here." Natural anti-inflammatories, like turmeric, can soothe those joints before damage sets in. Richard noticed a big change after making turmeric milk a nightly habit. He called it his warm hug for the knees. Taka. Giving up too early. Many seniors try something once or twice and say, "It didn't work." But natural remedies need consistency. Your legs didn't weaken overnight. They won't heal overnight either. Richard committed to 30 days. On day 21, he danced again. That moment made it all worth it. When golden turmeric milk, the evening healer. Imagine ending your day with a warm, comforting drink that not only soothes your body, but helps you sleep better and heal overnight. That's the magic of turmeric milk. This traditional remedy has stood the test of time. It's gentle, calming, and deeply healing for inflamed joints and stiff muscles. What it does: reduces inflammation, supports joint comfort, aids sleep and nighttime recovery. How to make it. Warm 1 cup of milk, dairy or plant-based, in a saucepan. Add 1–2 teaspoon turmeric powder. Sprinkle a pinch of black pepper, helps absorb curcumin. Add 1–2 teaspoons cinnamon. Sweeten with honey or maple syrup if desired. Stir and sip slowly. Success story. Linda, 68, had nightly ankle pain. After drinking turmeric milk consistently for 2 weeks, she reported, "I can sleep through the night again. No more waking up from that dull ache." Bone broth, the midday restorer. This is not just soup. It's centuries of wisdom in a cup. Bone broth is packed with collagen, amino acids, and minerals that nourish the joints, ligaments, and connective tissue. especially important as the body ages. What it does: helps rebuild tissue, supports cartilage and joint flexibility, provides easy-to-absorb protein. How to make it: use chicken, beef, or fish bones. Add bones to a pot with water and 1 TBSP apple cider vinegar. Simmer for 12-24 hours. Strain and season with herbs or a pinch of salt. Drink 1 cup per day. Warm success story. James, 73, started drinking homemade bone broth with lunch. Within a month, my knees stopped creaking every time I stood up, he laughed. Banana-Almond smoothie, the morning muscle fuel, quick, simple, and powerful. This smoothie delivers the 2 minerals your muscles crave, potassium and magnesium. It's especially helpful if you experience morning stiffness or cramps. Plus, it's a great source of energy to start your day. What it does: supports healthy muscle contraction, reduces cramps, provides protein and steady energy. How to make it: 1 ripe banana, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, 1 tablespoon almond butter. Optional: cinnamon or a few ice cubes. Blend until smooth. Success story: Fatima, 66, used to dread mornings because of sharp foot cramps. After adding this smoothie to her breakfast routine, she said, "I can stretch my legs without fear now." Bonus tip: create a 7-day drink calendar. To keep things easy and consistent, try rotating the drinks. Monday, Thursday, turmeric milk at night. Tuesday, Friday, bone broth at lunch. Wednesday, Saturday, banana smoothie in the morning. Sunday, choose your favorite. It's not about perfection. It's about creating small, meaningful habits your body will thank you for. So now you know the truth. Your legs weren't getting weaker because of age alone. They were simply asking for support, quietly, gently, with every ache, every cramp, every tired step. And the best part? That support doesn't have to be complicated. With 3 simple drinks: golden turmeric milk, nourishing bone broth, and the energizing banana-almond smoothie, you can begin restoring what time, stress, and neglect may have worn down. You can give your body back its strength, 1 sip at a time. These aren't just recipes. They're acts of care. A message to your muscles that you're listening. A promise to yourself that you're not giving up. Not on comfort, not on mobility, and definitely not on joy. Because these golden years, they're not just about getting by. They're about dancing in the kitchen, walking through the park, lifting a grandchild into your arms without wincing. They're about doing all the things that make life rich, without fear, without hesitation. So here's my invitation. Tonight, before bed, make a cup of turmeric milk. Sip slowly. Let it comfort you. Then tomorrow, try the smoothie, or start a batch of bone broth. You don't have to do everything at once. Just begin. And when you do, tell us in the comments. Which drink are you starting with? What difference have you noticed? If this message touched you, if it gave you even one helpful idea, please share it with someone you care about. A friend, a neighbor, a sibling. Let's help more people walk stronger, live longer, and feel proud of how they move through the world. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss our next video. 5 simple habits to prevent nighttime leg cramps and boost circulation. Until then, stay strong, stay hopeful. Because this chapter of life isn't about slowing down. It's about rising up. With every step, with every sip, you're adding life to your years. And that is a beautiful thing.